Hey you guys, it's Tim. Welcome back to another Disney Princess redesign discussion. Today I just got back from Disneyland, so I'm feeling in the extra Disney spirit. So, things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to start a new princess today, and also I'm going to do a follow-up on one of the Disney Park princess redesigns, because I actually finally got to see one in person, so I have my final, critique on it, and it's a good one. So, today, the princess I will be talking about is the princess who started the Disney revival, Princess Tiana. So, with Princess Tiana, a lot of people, like Rapunzel, they're the ones who receive probably the least amount of updates. Tiana actually didn't receive really, the only thing that changed about her was that she got glitterified, but I will discuss that, right now. So, here is Princess Tiana, how she's been normally depicted on all of her products, and it's a pretty good depiction, actually, of her in her movie. So, Princess Tiana, she is the princess who is featured in the most costume changes throughout the movie, actually. She only appears in this dress for a couple seconds, actually. But, this is her princess ball gown. It's her Bayou dress. So this is the one that, she's featured with the other princesses. It's the one that fits in well with most of the other ones also. So it's the most voluminous, and it always, when I see her on product, she always fits in really well next to Belle, Cinderella, and Aurora, and it's because of the dress and the color and everything like that. So the four of them always look really good, included on something. So I think this is a really good depiction of how Tiana looks in the movie. This is the pose that they tend to use, not so much anymore, but when Princess and the Frog first came out, this is the pose of Tiana that was basically on everything. She was doing this one pose with her hand up in the air, on everything. There are a couple other variations, one where she's kind of like she's moving, and she's like at an angle, one where her hands are crossed down below, and then there has since been a new one, and I'm not sure if this is because of her new redesign, but there is a new one where she looks a little bit younger. Something in her face is a little bit more round. I don't have a picture of it, but there is one, and I think it might actually be part of the new redesign, because if not, then it's the newest pose of her. But this is the classic one that they tend to always use of her. Once again, I think it's a really accurate depiction of Tiana. So, what I'm going to do now is show you basically what the redesign is. And it's not really a redesign. And I'll explain why. Or why I think. I don't know. Disney didn't tell me any, behind-the-scenes stuff. But, it's what makes sense to me, and I know a lot of people have been actually complaining about why Tiana didn't get an update. So what I'm going to use is the Disney Store Princess Tiana singing doll. Out of all the singing dolls they've done of Tiana, this is my favorite. I really like the way they did her bun up at the top. So, yeah, and I like the silky material they use in her dress. But that's a whole other story. So, here is Princess Tiana. So, this pose that they use for her, it's one of the ones that they've used for quite a while now. It is one of the original ones. So basically, all that they did to update Tiana was glitterify the dress, to make it, fit in with how all the other ones were. All the other redesigns got this similar, sparkly effect added to all of their dresses. So, if you look at... I wish I had printed one out. Actually, I may have it. I do. Instead of using that other picture I was using. Here's a Disney Store doll from last year. Here's last year's design. It was the regular artwork. And then here is the new redesign look. So, it's exactly the same, they just glitterified it. And and I'm not even really sure. This whole time I've been saying glitterified, like they've been glitterifying everything. But it's not that they're glitterifying it. It's basically their way of showing that the princesses have the materials that they're made out of. They're a sheen. They're like a heavy sheen and almost like a luxe material. So that's how I would think of it as. Not so much that glitter was thrown on their dresses, but it's more to show like what the material of their dress is made out of. It's meant to be something really expensive. But now onto the discussion of why Tiana didn't really get an update. And this goes for Rapunzel, but I mean I'll talk about Rapunzel in a separate video. This is Tiana's time to shine. So basically, when Tiana was created in 2009, or that's when she came out. She came out in 2009. So already Tiana was designed with modern girls and modern times already in mind. So it's not like they were gonna go and change something that was fairly new already. So and a second thing that what I kind of was thinking why they would have done this also is because Tiana is still a fairly new princess. I wouldn't think that they would go, people are still learning who this princess is, who Tiana is, so they need to keep her kind of in a similar look for a while so people get to know her. Then down the road, years down the road, then they can start doing her in other outfits, because she'll have more of a she'll have a wider audience base. More people will know about her. So I think that might be another factor into why she didn't really get an update. But I think mainly the biggest one is, she's already been designed with modern times in mind. Her movie only came out, oh god, 4 years ago now? Yeah, 4 years. Wow, I feel like this was yesterday. But yeah, she was already designed with that in mind. And then that is what leads me to the park character discussion. So this is the picture I'm going to show you. So this is Tiana's park character. Sorry it's not the best quality. But if you look at this dress, this feels like, to me, this is what they're modeling now all the newer Princess Park dresses after. Sorry. I've been drinking a lot of Diet Coke. So, because if you look at this dress, and then I'll show you Belle's specifically in comparison, the materials that they use on both dresses, they have a sheen to them, and there's a pattern effect on them, and they use very similar fabrics down here and over here. So Tiana was designed already with the modern new redesign in mind, is what I'm thinking. So, basically, I think she was the first princess to come out with, the modern dress. Because right now, with all the new princess redesigns coming out, they're fitting in really well next to Tiana. Because I think when Tiana's dress came out, it was beautiful. She had the nicest of all the park character dresses. And, I'll show you guys Belle. It's the materials that they're using on these dresses is very similar. So I'm thinking that everything is based, like, this was the first one to come out, and they're all kind of being modeled after this one. And that's why, once again, Tiana's dress isn't changing at the park. It is staying the same, and they're only changing Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, Aurora, and Snow White. So, and it's that's actually what I wanted to get to, on a side note about Belle. I got to see her dress material in person, and that's how I was able to know that Belle and Tiana's dress fabrics are very similar. I mean, they're not the same type. I mean, they're not the same pattern or anything like that, but the way they were done is similar. There's a nice, intricate design on this. I want to say it's almost like a crushed velvet. It's not, but it has that look to it. And I saw her costume in person yesterday, and it was beautiful. I loved it. I loved the material of it. I was a little hesitant when I first saw it online because I didn't know what it looked like up close, but her dress was beautiful, and I like this dress over the new Cinderella also. The new Cinderella doesn't use materials like this one, But it still fits in with these costumes because they still have that sheen to them and not that solid matte look that the older dresses had. And I think that's what they're really going for with these. When they're going for texture, they're going for sheen, and they're luxe. The new costumes are very luxe. So, yeah, we didn't know that we had a redesigned dress along with us the entire time. So, I thought that was really cool. Tiana had one of my favorite dresses when it came out, so I'm glad that they're finally updating all the other ones to be very similar to how this one was. Belle's dress moves very similarly to Tiana's now, and I love it. And then that leads to, a lot of the princesses have, different designs. There's Ariel in her pink and her green dress. There's Mulan in her yellow dress, and then her updated one. And then Tiana, Disney has done merchandise of Tiana in this blue look, or in her blue dress, a lot. Not featured with the other princesses, but they do merchandise her on products still in this look. So I'm wondering to see if they will do an updated look with this blue dress. And that's just kind of a side note thing. I would really like it if they did. I really like the character of Tiana, so it would really widen her product range. So I think that would be really cool to see an updated look. And it might happen. It could happen. Right now, the designs are still slowly trickling in. We just saw the new Mulan and Pocahontas, so they might be coming out with more variations later. But yeah, that basically concludes my Tiana discussion. Tiana was designed already with modern times in effect, so hence why her dress she didn't change at all. She just got a shinier look to her. So basically how I want to end this video actually is a lot of people actually haven't seen Princess and the Frog, and I want to encourage all of you, if you haven't seen it, to please go see it. Rent it, watch it online, borrow it from a friend. Please watch it. It is one of the best Disney movies in my opinion. It's actually in my top 10. It's listed on my blog as my top 10 Disney movie. The music, the character, and you know what? It was the introduction back into Disney hand-drawn animation. So there's a lot of history that's going to be involved in this film. And you know what? It started the Disney, this is not a coined Disney term yet, but there's the Disney revival. Tiana started that, with those films that, go back to the classic storytelling that Disney is known for. And, with Tiana, it spawned, great movies like Winnie the Pooh, Tangled, and Wreck-It Ralph. So, please go see this if you haven't seen it already. It's an amazing movie, because there's still times that people always say, oh, I haven't seen it yet. And it's a lot of adults I know that haven't seen it. So and teenagers or young adults like my age, I recommend go see Princess and the Frog. It is such an amazing movie. So leave comments for me down below if you have any questions. So far in the video, I'm more than halfway done. I've talked about Cinderella, Jasmine, Belle, Aurora, Pocahontas, Ariel, and now Tiana. So let me know who you want to hear about next. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, park redesigns, character redesigns, or anything else that you'd want to hear from me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on the disneydifference.tumblr.com. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.